vraiment l'idée d'aller vivre un mode de vie.
The idea was to live a totally different lifestyle, with a culture that's totally different, and also languages that are totally different.
En gros, j'ai découvert que
Basically, I discovered that they had suffered, like all Indonesians, 30-some years of dictatorship. After the end of dictatorship, about 1,000 Mentawai returned to live in the forest. And that is very rare, in fact. When we show interest in the native people, we realize that loss of tradition is very common, but that returning to traditions after undergoing that much violence is very rare, in fact. So that's what pushed me to go meet the Mentawai, to understand. Once there, I understood that it was a little more complex than that, because some hadn't actually left the forest. They had left their community dwelling, but there were shamanic rites that were still done in private. It was more complex than what I could find on the internet. In any case, that's really what motivated me to go meet them in the beginning.
En étant sensible en fait à l'ethnographie,
By being sensitive to their ethnography, I think that media, like video or comic strips, allows to make the ethnography more popular. In my opinion, anyways. It's really about telling stories and to transmit them and to have people read them. And video, like drawings, are simply means to telling stories. And the ethnography part, well, if you have a subject that you'll study for years, for example, like I'm interested in ethnotourism, I'm far from being an expert, but I already have stories to tell, and the idea of filming is really to involve the Mentawai in their storylines. So it's not just strangers talking about them, they have a voice, and they want to show us their view of the world, and with all the knowledge and wisdom they have of their culture, right? Because when Mentawais are filming, they know what's going to happen. They know what is being said, and they know when and where to point the camera when it's interesting to film. And the video really came from that idea. Well, this film project allowed me to spend a lot of time there and made me discover a lot. I didn't feel like keeping all this to myself. And the comic strips seemed like a perfect media to share everything that I lived, all the while continuing to use the imagery and texts. It mixes text and images, and I really like that format.